In the lush, rolling hills of Kabale village, nestled in the southwestern part of Uganda, a young boy named Byamukama lived a life of quiet suffering. His mother had passed away under mysterious circumstances when he was very young, leaving him in the care of his father and a new stepmother named Shimra. Shimra was a woman of bitterness, her heart hardened by jealousy and greed. She treated Byamukama with disdain, often punishing him harshly for the smallest mistakes. Rumors whispered through the village that Shimra may have had a hand in his mother's untimely death, but nothing was ever proven. As Byamukama grew older, his life became more unbearable. Shimra's cruelty knew no bounds, and after his father's sudden death, she wasted no time in driving him out of the home he had known. "You are nothing but a burden," she spat at him as she shoved him out the door. With nothing but the clothes on his back, Byamukama set off on a journey to the city, determined to survive and find a better life. The city was a world away from the familiar hills of Kabale. It was bustling and overwhelming, but Byamukama was resilient. He found work wherever he could, cleaning, carrying goods, and eventually, he saved enough to start a small business. Through hard work and perseverance, Byamukama's business grew. He invested wisely, and before long, he became one of the wealthiest men in the city. Despite his success, Byamukama never forgot where he came from or the pain he endured at the hands of his stepmother. Years passed, and news from Kabale reached Byamukama. Shimra was gravely ill. Her wealth had dwindled, and she was now alone, abandoned by the very people she had once surrounded herself with. The news stirred something deep within Byamukama. He remembered the teachings of his faith, the words that had guided him through his darkest days: "Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone." Romans 12:17. With this scripture in his heart, Byamukama made the journey back to Kabale. When he arrived at the old homestead, he found Shimra weak and frail, a shadow of the woman who had once tormented him. She could barely speak, but her eyes were filled with regret and sorrow. Byamukama knelt beside her, taking her hand in his. "Shimra," he said softly, "I have come to forgive you. No matter what you did to me, I will not repay evil with evil. I will help you because that is what God asks of me." Shimra wept, her tears flowing freely as she realized the depth of Byamukama's forgiveness. With Byamukama's help, she was nursed back to health, and though she would never fully recover, she lived her remaining days in peace, her heart softened by the grace and mercy she had been shown. Byamukama's act of forgiveness not only healed the wounds of his past but also restored harmony in the village. The people of Kabale were moved by his actions and were reminded of the power of forgiveness and the importance of living a life guided by love and compassion.